He got him. He struck out the side. Deep to left field. You've got to be kidding me. It is a Friday night from Southern California, where tonight the Houston Astros play their final series on the West Coast all year. Astros coming in with a record of 84-47, continuing to have the best road record in the American League as they kick off a three-game series in Anaheim against the Los Angeles Angels. Hi, everybody, and welcome to what could be a late night of Astros baseball. I'm Todd Callis alongside Jeff Blum. Blummer, a good start to this road trip. 2-0 in Texas, and now a chance to continue it out west.
It is really good to see these guys off to a good start. We know they play extremely good baseball, but you had me at Astros After Dark.
So for the Astros, even though yesterday was an off day, they got some great news. Alex Bregman wins Player of the Month.
Deservedly so, too. Alex, we know that he was trying to get things done. HEB, no player does more. It's obviously Alex Bregman, Player of the Month here in the month of August. He had been talking all season long about trying to find that groove, and we knew that he was healthy, getting on those legs, playing great defense. But now the swing is starting to come around. All that hard work early in the season is really starting to pay off, and it's nice that it coincides with Yordan Alvarez not in that lineup. You have a guy like Alex Bregman who can pick up that slack. It's been a lot of fun to watch him go out there and destroy baseballs, and he's still doing a great job of commanding that strike zone, getting on base.
Bregman moves up to the 3 spot tonight. Yordan Alvarez originally in the 3 hole, but Yordan a late scratch, so Bregman moves up to 3, and we're going to see a major league debut tonight. More on that with Julie in just a little while. When you see Bregman month to month, August really stands out.
Yeah, we know that he gets off to slow starts overall, but he usually gets things going, but it has been a fight. Just talking to Alex Bregman since April, he's really working on that swing. We always talk about keeping that front side closed a little bit, allowing those hands to fire through, but right now he has really found that groove, watching that OPS jump over 1,100.
Roster's expanding from 26 to 28. Tonight's the first night with the extra players. Who are they? We'll find out when we check in with Julia Morales right around the corner. Metro and the Metro Next Moving Forward plan, bringing 500 miles of travel improvements to the region. And by Toyota. Let's go places.
We're getting ready for the series opener between the Astros and the Angels. Last trip out in Anaheim for the Astros. It's also their first game in the month of September, which means September call-up time. And the Astros have a couple of guys that they called up that have never been called up before. A special day for them as they are on the active roster. The first one we saw a couple days ago, that was right-handed pitcher Hunter Brown, joined the team, getting acclimated, doing a great job in AAA all year with his pitching. But then the next guy that was coming up, Yainer Diaz. Welcome to the show, Yainer. As he told me earlier today, he is living the dream, a 23-year-old catcher. That was about 4 o'clock when he said that this afternoon, but his day got even better when he got the news that he would be inserted into tonight's lineup. So we'll see a major league debut here for Diaz, who's DHing and hitting 7th. He's replacing Yordan Alvarez, who's out with that hand discomfort. But the advice Dusty Baker gave these rookies, both of them, was to just stay ready. The plan isn't to get these guys in for playing time. The plan is to win games right now for these Houston Astros. They will be worked in when it's their time to help the club. And for Diaz, it's tonight, TK.
Yeah, going over a little scouting report with Alex Cintron, the Astros hitting coach, along with Troy Snicker, as Diaz will be in there as a DH. Since Yordan has been missing games recently, the Astros have gone to guys who have never DH'd before at the big league level. David Hensley, a couple of starts. J.J. Matajevic got a start as the DH. And tonight it's Yainer Diaz making his major league debut, as you see Lance McCullers Jr. strolling in from the bullpen as he makes his 4th start of the season, as he'll be opposed by the lefty Reed Detmers. The Astros coming in leading the Seattle Mariners by 11 games in the AL West. Seattle leading their game tonight as they play the Cleveland Guardians. The Astros also own a 5-game cushion over the New York Yankees, plus they win the tiebreaker. The Yankees are trailing again tonight 3-0, while the Mariners are winning their game 6-1. Well, ready to go on a Friday night. Glad you could join us. Todd Callis, Jeff Blum, Julia Morales, and here is the starting lineup for the Houston Astros. Dusty Baker will send out Jose Altuve as his leadoff hitter, followed by Jeremy Pena. Then you have the August Player of the Month, Alex Bregman. Kyle Tucker moves up to the 4 spot. Yuli Gurriel over at first base. Trey Mancini in left field. There he is, Yainer Diaz. His first major league appearance will be as a DH. Chaz McCormick in center field. Martin Maldonado rounds out the lineup, batting ninth and catching.
Left-hander Reed Detmers is on the mound for the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. 20 starts this season. If you split it between through June and since then, he has been very good as far as the record is concerned, and ERA, which is pretty impressive because the opponent batting average is up to 233. His whip went up to 1.23. He's been having issues with walks, but he's been able to control the damage. I would expect the Astros to be patient, take their walks, and wait for that big hit.
Warm night out here in Southern California. You spent a lot of time here. This is about as warm as it gets in the summertime.
Yeah, right here in the Inland Valley, you will get a lot of heat that kind of settles in here. It'll be about 15 degrees different out on the shore. But September and October, we know from October of 2017, some of those World Series games were smoking.
89 degrees right now at game time as the Astros get ready to take on the Angels in the first of three. This will be the final games of the season played outside of the Eastern or Central time zone. So your last Astros After Dark opportunities tonight and tomorrow night. Astros had a day off Monday, a day off again on Thursday. So everybody rested and ready to go. Jose Altuve will lead things off. Altuve went 4 for 8 in that series against the Rangers with a home run and 3 runs batted in. So 87 degrees officially with a feels like temperature of 90 right now in Anaheim. Reed Detmers coming off a fine start his last time out, ready to go. 21st start of the year for the left-hander. And we're underway. First pitch, a foul ball. Altuve having a good year overall, 888 OPS, but against left-hand pitching, it's even better, 1,064 OPS against lefties this year. That ball hit hard, but foul, and Altuve down in the count, 0-2.
A little quick on that 95. Altuve trying to jump those first 2 fastballs. Swinging about well in those 2 games against the Texas Rangers.
So the initial lineup had Altuve, Jeremy Pena, and Yordan Alvarez in there as the DH. Alvarez took BP on the field and still feels a little discomfort in that hand, and so he was scratched from the lineup. He had missed the previous 4 days, 2 games in Texas with the days off Monday and Thursday. The Astros obviously have a little concern right now with Yordan as Altuve swings and sends one to left field. Coming on to make the play, Ryan Aguiar. Aguiar, one of the September call-ups for the Angels, as he makes the play in left for the first out. Detmers facing the Astros for the 3rd time this year. All 3 times coming here in Angel Stadium. I'll bring up Jeremy Pena. Pena had a good start to the road trip, 4 hits in that series in Texas and 9 at-bats. Jeremy continues to hit well in that 2 spot in the lineup as he takes a pitch up and away, 1-0. Been inside 2-0. Angels winning 2 out of 3 here against the New York Yankees in this homestand. They had the day off yesterday as well, now taking on the Astros, and they'll wrap up this 9-game series with 3 against the Tigers. A few different faces than we saw last time with the Angels.
MD Anderson strike zone is going to show you that last pitch off the inside corner. Kind of surprised everybody with that call.
Chris Guccione behind the plate calling balls and strikes. Counts 2-2 on Jeremy Pena. And he grounds one towards short. David Fletcher off balance throw, and Pena's able to beat it. Getting down the line with elite speed, Jeremy Pena hustles his way into an infield hit.
Good hustle. Fletcher probably isn't an everyday shortstop, but with the issues that the Angels have, he's being forced to play some shortstop. Got himself in a tough position, fielding that one on his heels and trying to throw from there. Not going to give you the best opportunity when you've got a guy like Jeremy Pena hustling down there and basically outruns the baseball.
Oh, an infield hit for Pena. Now here is the American League Player of the Month, Alex Bregman. Bregman winning Player of the Month in the voting just concluded after leading the American League in OPS 1133, runs scored with 27, and slugging percentage at 681. You can see Bregman's moved all the way up to second in runs scored behind Aaron Judge as Jeremy Pena gets checked over at first base. Pena got down the line 30.8 feet per second.
He seems to be pretty consistent right around that range. That's flying.
And just fast enough to beat that throw by Fletcher. The board in left field was expecting Yordan Alvarez to bat here. They have Yordan's numbers up on the big board in left field, but Alex Bregman hitting third instead. Hopefully we see Yordan's name and numbers back in that lineup soon, as Bregman sends one high and deep down the left field line, and this ball is just foul. Bregman just missing out on home run number 21 of the year.
Got a hanging changeup and just couldn't stay back long enough. That was fair for a long time until it just hooked it to the left of that foul pole.
Detmers not allowing a home run in his last two starts. That one up and away. Last time the Astros saw the Angels was right here at Angel Stadium, July 12th, 13th, and 14th. Astros won 2 out of 3 in that series. They are 9-4 overall against the Angels this year. One more win to secure the season series as Bregman goes down on strikes. Reed Detmers picks up his first strikeout. That's out number 2 in the inning.
That was a pretty good slider down and in. Detmers is going to have to be very good with that slider if he's going to have success this evening against the Astros.
Now Kyle Tucker will be the batter. Tucker comes in with a 3-game hitting streak. Continues to lead the Astros and is third in the American League with those 84 runs batted in. First pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. Detmers, highly touted coming out of University of Louisville, was the 10th overall pick in the 2020 draft. Tapper at the plate. Tucker hit it a couple of times. It's 1-2. Astros will see two lefties in this series tonight, Detmers, and then Sunday Tucker Davidson. In between, they'll get the left hand hitting but right hand throwing MVP candidate Shohei Ohtani. Swing and a miss. Detmer striking out Bregman and Tucker to get through the first inning. Infield hit by Pena, one man left on base.
Start of the season, he is 1-1 on the season. Has a 1.69 ERA, giving up 3 runs this season, all to the Atlanta Braves on one swing. Other than that, he has been very good. Fought through some command issues last time out against the Baltimore Orioles, but still did not give up a run in 5 innings.
Here's a lineup that Lance will face tonight. David Fletcher back in there leading off at shortstop. Mike Trout hit second. Shohei Ohtani the DH. Luis Rengifo batting in the 4th spot. Taylor Ward in right field. You got Mike Ford over at first base. Matt Duffy at third base. Ryan Aguiar is the left fielder, and Matt Thaiss behind the plate. Lance ready to go, wearing the long sleeves despite the warm night as he delivers inside for ball 1. Haven't seen much of David Fletcher this year. He has missed over half of the season with a hip injury, playing in just his 45th game of the year. Taking one up, 2-0. That's making his 2nd road start of the year. He's not allowed a run in either of his 2 home starts. And he starts this game by missing 3 straight to David Fletcher. It's 3-0. Plenty of outings for Lance against the Angels, 18 in all before tonight. And his 10th start here at Angel Stadium as he delivers a strike on 3-0. Catches the top of the zone. The count goes full. Up the middle. That'll be down for a hit. David Fletcher on base to start this game for the Angels. The Astros starting defense is presented by Xfinity. Trey Mancini back out in left field. Mancini has started 5 of the last 6 games out there. Chas McCormick in center. Kyle Tucker in right field. Infield has Yuli Gurriel and Jose Altuve along with Jeremy Pena and Alex Bregman. Martin Maldonado back in there. Maldonado missed both games in Texas with that hand bruise after being hit by a pitch. So he's back in there to start this series against the Angels, a place where he spent a few seasons as well. Here's Mike Trout. Trout takes a called strike. The thing that was interesting listening to Lance McCullers in his post-game comments after his last start, he felt like he really didn't have anything working. And he was able to get through 5 shutout innings.
Yeah, we knew when we were watching the game, and obviously Lance felt the same way about the command just not being there. But at the same time, when we eventually wrote in the line score for him in that game, it was 5 shutout. He'll take that every time from Lance.
Felt like he didn't have a go-to pitch at all, and we saw big contrast inning to inning in which pitch he was using. He'd go from one inning throwing no curveballs to the next inning throwing nothing but curveballs his final inning. Missing down here to Trout, 2-1. made 4 rehab starts in the minor leagues. This is his 4th start at the big league level, so his 8th start overall in terms of organized baseball since coming off the IL. Miss, and the count evens up at 2.
Good late movement on that. Sliders kind of lingered on the plate long enough to get Trout to go after it before it broke away. Front side really opening up for Trout.
Trout is 4 for 24 in his career against McCullers. Double, a couple of home runs. He has struck out 10 times in those 24 at-bats. Plate, and the count goes full to the 2nd straight hitter. The last start for Lance, he walked 3 Orioles. He has walked at least 3 in all 3 of his major league starts this year. Ground ball towards 3rd. Bregman gobbles it up to Altuve for 1. No chance with Trout getting down the line to turn 2. But the Astros get the lead runner for the 1st out.
It was actually a really good effort by Alex Bregman to try and charge that and create that double play for Lance. Good slider off the end of the bat that Trout gets around, but he just runs too well. Even with Alex charging that, giving a pretty good feed to Jose Altuve. By the time he took a peek at first base, no chance. And that's where those legs really come in and show their health for Alex Bregman.
Now Lance will face Shohei Ohtani. Ohtani becoming the first major league player ever with a 30 home run, 10 win season. He's in batting .269 with 30 bombs and 82 runs batted in. Leads the team in home runs, runs batted in, and runs scored. Takes a pitch below the zone, 2-0.
Really feels like lately that Shohei Ohtani has put his name back in that mix for the MVP. He's been explosive at the plate. He's been doing a great job on the mound.
Yeah, that's the big difference between this year and last year. Is last year when he won unanimous MVP, his pitching numbers were good, but nowhere near what they are this year. His offensive numbers not quite as good, but pitching numbers that much better than his slight decline offensively. That one's down, almost hits Ohtani, and the count's 3-0. Lance has had 3 3-ball counts here for the first 3 batters. Ohtani 3 for 16 against Lance, has walked 5 times. There's a lot of Ohtani love out here in Anaheim. Astros will face Shohei on the mound tomorrow. Drops in the curveballs, 3-1. Seems like Lance is dealing with some of the same things he dealt with the other night. He's kind of trying to find his way through this early part of the game.
With Lance's stuff, he could actually be effectively wild with some of his stuff. Lull some of these hitters to sleep and all of a sudden snap off a couple of good pitches, and that could be the end of the inning.
Helmet falls off as he misses that breaking ball. It's 3-2.
It's a big cut. Slowing things down, going with the curveball. That big swing from Ohtani to get back in his count, 3-2.
All 6 of his strikeouts again against Ohtani in his career have come on the curveball. And just missed the outside edge. Lance wanted that call. It was a close pitch. Called just off the edge for a walk.
It's definitely a little bit tighter zone than what the Astros are seeing in that first half of the inning. This ball looked like it kind of stayed on that outside corner and grabbed a little bit of an edge. That's from Supermo showing you the spin.
So a lot of pitches early for McCullers. 3 straight full counts to start the game, and now Luis Rengifo the batter. Rengifo takes one down for ball 1. It's 20 pitches into the inning and only 8 strikes so far for McCullers. It's 2-0 on Rengifo. Lance has had success against Luis, 1 for 7 with 5 strikeouts. Now, first meeting at the mound here as Martin Maldonado goes out to visit with Lance here in the first inning. Now, a word from Jack in the Box.
Mix Good sauce with my new spicy Good sauce for spicy good sauce.
So Lance trying to find the zone here. That one catches the bottom of the zone, 2-1. Rengifo should expect the hook. His last 3 at-bats, he has seen nothing but curveballs when he has faced Lance McCullers Jr. And he gets another curveball and fouls one off. It's now 2-2. So far, good visit by Maldi.
Yeah, a couple of good curveballs. I was just going to say, if he can get that curveball down the zone right here, it could do a couple of things. It could get that swing and miss that he wants, but it could also get that ground ball that he needs. Lance has always hovered around that 55 to 60% range as far as ground balls are concerned. Early this season, through 3 starts, right at 51.
A little tapper back to the mound. Lance will go to Pena for 1. No chance to get the double play. They get Ohtani on the fielder's choice. Rengifo taps one slowly back to Lance for the second out.
Got what he wanted, just not hit hard enough. Lance did a good job of bouncing off the mound, making the play, and giving that feed to Jeremy Pena. Pena didn't want to take the chance at first base, was hoping to get Mike Trout rounding third.
First and third with 2 outs, and Taylor Ward will be the batter. Ward hits one in the air to right field, playable for Kyle Tucker. The right fielder puts it away for the final out of the inning. A hit, a walk, 2 men left on base. We're through 1 scoreless.
Follow us on Twitter at ATT Sportsnet SW. What's the biggest X factor in the upcoming postseason for these Houston Astros? Is it health, recent call-ups, momentum, or depth? Vote. We will have results from the Chevy Stroh poll a little bit later. TK?
All right, Julia, they have Yuli Gurriel leading off here in the second inning. It'll be Yuli, then Trey Mancini, then the first ever Major League at bat for Yainer Diaz, just called up when rosters expanded September 1. Astros heading into September this year with an 11.5 game lead. Mariners played yesterday and won against the Tigers to cut it down to 11, but that 11.5 game lead heading into the 1st of September, matching the 2017 team for the biggest margin heading into the month of September. Astros had won 3 in a row. The Mariners coming into today had won 4 in a row. Mariners are leading 6-1 and about to close out the Guardians in the bottom of the 9th inning. Yuli looking for his first hit on the road trip, went 0 for 7 in the Texas series. Takes one up for a ball, 2-2.
He's had a couple of big injuries happen to him here recently, too.
Lost a couple of starters, huh?
Yeah, that's not good. They're trying to maintain that American League Central.
Just a 1 game lead coming into tonight against Minnesota.
Everything's tightening up. Well, the Central's going to be crazy down the stretch, and I'm amazed at the Tampa Bay Rays leading. They have an opportunity to cut another game off that Yankee lead.
Could be 5 if the Rays hold on to their 5-0 lead tonight.
King Tut got his ring. Now you can too. All fans are getting a Kyle Tucker ALCS replica ring presented by Gallery Furniture this Monday when the Astros take on the Texas Rangers. Visit astros.com/promotions for your tickets.
The Yankees, Blummer, are coming off their worst month since 1991.
Yeah, that was amazing to hear. I believe 10-18 in that month for the New York Yankees. There's a lot going on in the Empire State.
And it's the offense.
Yeah.
Just not scoring runs.
Well, we know what Aaron Judge can do, and if you start to find yourself being able to pitch around what Aaron Judge can do and start trying to get those other guys to produce in that lineup, that's where they found that weakness.
The Yankees were the first team to get to 70 wins. They got there on August the 1st. And here we are on September 2nd. They still haven't reached 80 wins.
Yikes. Yikes.
Trey Mancini chops a 1-1 pitch towards third. Short hop by Matt Duffy. Nice play by the Angel third baseman. Mancini retired for the second out. Here we go. Yainer Diaz, 23-year-old out of Azua, Dominican Republic, will make his major league debut as the designated hitter.
Congratulations to him getting to the big leagues, getting an opportunity today with Yordan Alvarez coming out of that lineup as a late scratch. One of those hands, or if not both of those hands, bothering him. We're not sure yet. But here's a golden opportunity to have an impact in this game. The first day he's activated.
Yainer goes after the very first pitch he sees. Fletcher deep in the middle of the diamond makes the play. And Diaz retired to end the inning. So Yainer grounds out on 1 pitch. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Detmers in the second. Lance McCullers Jr. taking on the Angels. Last 5 starts against the Angels, a 2-2 mark has held the opponents to a 157 batting average and has that whip below 1. 34 strikeouts to 11 walks. Lance had to throw 24 pitches to get through that first inning, but was able to strand a couple of runners in that first inning against the Angels. He'll face Mike Ford here. Ford playing for his 4th major league team this season. See that very often, but he started out with Seattle. Ford then went to San Francisco for a little while, on to the Atlanta Braves, and now most recently with the Angels. He's had his most success here with the Angels, 8 for 24 with a couple of home runs. You see his numbers overall. Down to 1-1. Angels had a couple of opportunities in their matchups against Lance McCullers to play righties or lefties, and they chose at the bottom of the order to go with 3 out of 4 lefties: Ford, Aguiar, and Theis. That one's in there for a strike. It's 1-2. And that could play into Lance's favor. He has really dominated the lefties.
Now that spin plays well against left-handed hitters. Also that two-seam running away from him every once in a while if he needs it. But we always know that that slider curveball underneath the swing has always been highly effective. But that one works as well.
Ford doesn't like it, but that's right in that zone. That's a called third strike for McCullers as he picks up his first strikeout of the night.
He was upset with that. This pitch catches a lot of the MD Anderson strike zone. Spin right back over the outer third of the plate. Beautiful view of that Mattress Firm Supermo showing you the spin, staying on that plate and fooling Ford.
Lefties are now just 3 for 30 against Lance this year. Here's Matt Duffy, right-hand hitter. Grounds the first pitch towards short. Jeremy Pena will have the play and makes it for out number 2. So Lance, after throwing 23 pitches to the first 4 batters of the game, now a little more dialed in, getting 2 quick outs here in the second inning. I'm going to bring up Ryan Aguiar. Aguiar just called up with September roster expansion. Made his debut on August 26 when the Angels were taking on Toronto on the road, as he was one of the substitute players for that series. Now this is his second stint with the Angels. Left-hand hitter out of University of Arizona takes a pitch for a ball, 1-0. Counts 1-1. That's not able to land the curveball with consistency in the first inning, but as the inning went along, it seemed like it got better. He picks up a strike on the inside corner, 1-2.
He's introducing himself to Aguiar in nasty fashion with a great slider on the inside corner and then change up.
And a swing and a miss as he gets him with the curveball. Lance McCullers Jr. a 1-2-3 second, including a couple of strikeouts. He bounces back with a low pitch count inning. Jose Altuve likes sitting against his compatriots in the American League West. He got his 200 and 201st hits in that final game against the Texas Rangers, and now he's trying to get to 200 against the Angels. The Mariners, the only team inside the division that he does not have 200 career hits against. Altuve going with 212 against Oakland, 201 against the Rangers, and now trying to get to 200 this inning against the Angels. So about third in the inning as Reed Detmers delivers to Chas McCormick and misses down and in for ball 1. Chas back in there against the lefty tonight, and why not? He has hit .333 on the season against left-hand pitching with a 1,000 OPS. Chas has 5 of his 12 home runs against lefties. As he shoots that one the other way, it's 1-1. Astros, since the last game against the Texas Rangers, making a transaction with the San Francisco Giants as they traded Lewis Brinson, who was having a nice year with the Sugarland Space Cowboys. McCormick sends this one to left, and Aguiar tries to make a diving catch and can't. McCormick's going to get extra bases. Chas into second base, standing with a leadoff double.
It's only fitting with Serena Williams doing as well as she is in the U.S. Open. You see a nice top hand smash to left field. Watch this swing, big uppercut, but really creates a lot of top spin and actually forces that ball to break in front of Aguiar, who's trying to make a great play. And like TK said, with that ball kicking away, plenty of time for Chas McCormick to get into second base.
So now runner in scoring position for the first time tonight for the Astros, and here's Martin Maldonado. Maldi's not playing that series in Arlington and swings and fouls one straight back. Maldonado got hit by a pitch in that final game of the homestand. Stayed in the game. That was in the bottom half of the 7th inning, and he would finish that contest, but the bruise on his hand didn't allow him to play against the Rangers. So here he is back in the lineup for the first time since Sunday at Minute Maid Park. Swing down to the count 0-2. See Maldonado along with everybody else in the major leagues, umpires as well, wearing the gold ribbons. They're being worn for MLB's Childhood Cancer Awareness Day, so supporting the fight against childhood cancer. 7th consecutive year in which major league players have worn that yellow ribbon. This one fouled away. It stays 0-2. And yellow wristbands as well, or gold wristbands. You can see from the home plate umpire Chris Guccione. Swing and a miss at a high fastball. Maldonado goes down on strike. That's the first out here in the inning. 3 strikeouts for Detmers.
Flashback to the 90s with a throwback Justin Verlander jersey on Friday, September 9th, presented by Nitto. 10,000 fans get their jersey as the Astros take on the Los Angeles Angels. Find your tickets at astros.com/promotions.
Now Jose Altuve will bat. Altuve flied out to left field his first time up. Altuve has 1 career hit against Detmers and 6 at bats. That 1 hit a home run. On the left side of the infield for the Angels against Altuve. Jose at 15.8% has the lowest opposite field percentage of any hitter in the American League and 2nd lowest in the major leagues. As he pulls this one off the bag, McCormick's going to try to get to third, and he will, right in front of the baseball. David Fletcher had to wait for it to come down, and Chaz gets over to third on the ball that hits the bag. Altuve with an infield hit.
Well, you're happy it hit the bag, so it ends up being a knock, but at the same time, if the thing gets past third base, it's well into that corner. Chaz scores easily, and Jose Altuve's off and running. That ball squared up the bag and shot up in the air. Fletcher trying to time that, maybe have a shot at Chaz McCormick, but no chance. Big hit.
Number 1,900 all-time for Altuve, and career hit number 200 against the Angels. Altuve becomes the 4th Astros hitter with as many as 1,900 hits. Now Jeremy Pena bats with 1st and 3rd and 1 out. Pena beat out an infield hit his first time up and grounds 1 foul. Jeremy has faced Detmers 6 times. He is 3 for 5 with a walk against Detmers. He bats here trying to give the Astros an early lead. That ball drilled to left field all the way back to the wall and off the base of the wall. McCormick scores. Altuve to third. RBI double. Jeremy Pena, 1-0 Astros.
Great job of going down out of the zone by Jeremy Pena. changeup. That ball backed up and stayed in, and Jeremy was recognizing that pitch flattened out, that he could get to that. Yank did almost snuck it out of here down that left field line.
Pena hitting one all the way to the wall, at the bottom of the wall, 350 feet away from home plate. So the Astros, with just the Boston Red Sox with a higher percentage, have scored first in another road game. Joe Espada talking with Chas McCormick after that double into left field. Bring up Alex Bregman. That ball into center, fairly shallow. Trout coming in. Altuve will tag. Here comes Altuve. Here comes the throw. Safe at home plate, Jose Altuve. That's a sac fly for Bregman. It's 2-0. RBI 81 for Alex.
That's how you perpetuate great relationships in the clubhouse. Tagging on shallow fly balls like this. Jose Altuve did a great job. He was going to challenge Mike Trout the entire time. Went back, tagged up, forced the play at home plate. And with that throw being just a little bit up the line, Altuve scores easily and picks up Alex Bregman, another RBI.
So the August Player of the Month starts off his first game in September with an RBI in his second plate appearance. Now a runner on third and 2 outs for Kyle Tucker. Tucker goes after the first pitch and fouls one away.
By the way, great job by Jeremy Pena, too, hustling into third base on that play as he saw that throw going all the way to home. Even with 2 outs, gets himself 90 feet away.
There is Pena. That might limit the amount of breaking balls in the dirt here from Detmers as he faces Tucker. And Tucker pops one up on the infield. Matt Duffy, the third baseman, is there, and he'll put it away for the final out of the inning. But the Astros scored 2. They do so with 3 hits and lead 2-0.
For the Angels, Lance McCullers Jr. gets back to work, and it is time now for the Jack in the Box dugout report. We're talking about Aledmys Diaz, who's been on the IL since August 17th with that left groin discomfort, but things have been going well for him. Dusty Baker talking about him today. He did do some running. I did see that happen, and then he took his regular BP with the entire team today. All good signs, but Dusty said they're still watching him. However, they would like to get him out on a rehab assignment sooner than later. We are in September. We're running out of time before the regular season ends, especially that minor league season, to get these guys out. But for Aledmys, the important thing for him will be going out on the rehab assignment and then finding his timing. It's about that for all of these guys, though, right? They all want to be feeling really good as they head towards the end of the regular season. But Diaz, always in a good mood, always a good attitude, guys, always giving us a no comment, even when we don't ask him any questions. Having a good time, though, with it. So you know he's feeling pretty good.
No comment. That's great. Bottom of the third inning, Astros leading 2-0. Lance McCullers back on the mound with that 2-0 lead. He left the mound scoreless. There's Aledmys hanging out with his buddy Yordan Alvarez. Hoping to see Yordan back in the lineup and stay in the lineup sometime soon. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. Theis will head down to first, and Martin Maldonado makes the throw. 3-pitch strikeout for McCullers, who has now struck out 3 of the last 4 batters. One away here in the third.
Last 2 on 6 pitchers.
Back to the top of the order for David Fletcher. It took Lance a little while to find it as he threw 24 pitches in that first inning. But as we said earlier, as the inning went along, it seemed like he was getting better, and then he kind of locked it in that last inning. Fletcher takes a pitch off the plate for a ball, 1-0. One and one the count. Fletcher back in there. He mentioned he's missed more than half of the season. He's done a nice job since returning from the IL, hitting .308 in 29 games since coming off the IL. As he pops this foul, Martin Maldonado giving it a look. That'll be out of play. 2-2 the count. Fletcher staying alive as he fouls off the curveball. Lance allowing a hit and a walk in the first inning, and now has retired the last 6 batters. That one shot towards first, over the head of a leaping Yuli Gurriel for a base hit. David Fletcher does what he does. He put the ball in play with 2 strikes and singles into right for his second hit of the game.
Yeah, he can be a little bit frustrating. Always ends up putting the bat on the ball. He's able to poke a couple of base hits in this ball game against Lance McCullers. Looked like a good pitch that Fletcher went out there and spoiled by going the other way with it. Turn that change over nicely.
Now Mike Trout, the batter, hit into a fielder's choice his first time up, as he takes a fastball for a strike here, 0-1. Trout missed some time as well, had that rib cage injury, missed 28 games. So takes one in for a ball, 1-1. Angels starting the night 57-74. A better road record than home record coming into this game. Missing the bottom of the zone, 2-1. Trout in his 92nd game of the year, carrying a .955 OPS to the plate. Tries to hold up on a pitch in, and he does, as first base umpire Ryan Wills. Ball hit the other way. Tucker on the move. He will watch this one bounce against the wall, foul. Just foul down the right field line.
Lance threw that 2-seamer in there. We know where Mike Trout likes it. He likes it down in the zone, and that's where that pitch was, as he tried to slice that one down the right field line. Fortunately, twisting just enough to stay foul. Giving Lance another opportunity here, 3-2.
Off the plate, ball 4. Second walk allowed by Lance, and the Angels have runners on first and second with 1 out. I'll bring up Shohei Ohtani. Ohtani walked on a 3-2 pitch his first time up. Lance, second time in this game, has had 2 runners on in an inning. Worked around a first and second 1 out situation in the first, and here he is again, first and second 1 out. Swung on and popped high in the air, shallow right field. Out goes Pena, in comes Tucker. Kyle makes the call on the catch. And Ohtani retired on 1 pitch for the second out.
Big out right there, getting Shohei Ohtani. Talked about how well he's been swinging the bat. He's one of those bats that the Angels rely on greatly.
We were talking about the Yankees earlier, Blummer, and the Yankees ended up losing their game tonight in St. Petersburg against Tampa Bay 9-0. Gave up 6 runs in the 8th inning, and that 8th inning wrapped up with Marwin Gonzalez on the mound.
That is not good. That's not going to make for a fun post-game press conference for Aaron Boone.
Yankees led at one point by 15.5 games. It is now down to 5. And they still play Tampa Bay twice more at Tropicana Field this weekend, and then play the Rays again next weekend in New York. Amazing how this lead, the team went from possibly breaking the Seattle Mariners mark for wins in a season to now trying to hold on in the AL East, only up 5.
Now they're doing it in dramatic fashion, getting shut out. It's amazing that that lineup can't go out there and score some runs.
On the season, they're the highest scoring team in baseball, but that hasn't been the case lately by any stretch. Off that 10-18 month of August, the Yankees lose their first game in September. Commit 3 errors, only had 5 hits. Getting shut out 9-0. Here's Luis Rengifo with a 2-0 count. Had a 2-0 count last time he was up there. Now Lance missing up, and it's 3-0. Just got back with the team. He was on the paternity list. Ends up pitching in that game tonight. There's a strike with a curveball, 3-1. Lance over 50 pitches already in the 3rd inning. His highest pitch count of any of his 3 major league starts is 91. Going to be off the plate for ball 4. 3rd walk of the game issued by Lance. 2nd of the inning, and that'll load up the bases.
So traffic in 1st and 3rd for Lance. Had a clean 2nd inning. Still 2 outs in this inning.
All 4 starts now for Lance at the big league level. He's walked at least 3. Going 6 innings against Oakland, 5 innings on the road against Atlanta, then 5 in his last start against Baltimore. This one down and away to Taylor Ward. Ward swinging the first pitch he saw last time up and flied out to right field. That one hit high in the air, playable, shallow center field. Chaz McCormick is underneath it, and he'll put it away for the final out of the inning. So Lance works around the bases loaded and leaves 3 more. The Angels have stranded 5 after 3 innings, 2-0 Astros.
League leaders for you. They're brought to you by Houston Methodist. Highest series winning percentage on the road since 2017, and borderline domination for the Astros against these Angels. 13-1-2 with an .875 winning percentage.
That ball's deep and over the head of Mike Trout, who spun around a couple of times, and Yuli Gurriel's going to end up with his 35th double of the year as Yuli hit one hard to straightaway center field.
You don't normally see Mike Trout take some of those routes like that. That ball fooled him. Yuli did a good job of squaring this one up. Sitting on that fastball, barrels it up, but the way he brought that knob through so clean kind of created a spin of inside out. That wasn't one of the better routes you're going to see from Mike Trout in center field.
Trey Mancini going after the first pitch and missing it. Trey grounded out his first time up. Yuli now tied for 3rd in the AL with those 35 doubles. Came into the game tied with his teammate Alex Bregman for a 4th with 34. Mancini pops a foul out of play. It's 0-2. Trey has seen a lot of time in left field lately with Aledmys Diaz on the IL, and Yordan Alvarez not able to play lately with that hand injury. Shot foul, stays 0-2. There's the big man, took batting practice today, just didn't feel 100%. Astros are hoping that they're not going to have to place Yordan on the injured list. It might be something he just has to work through, but not able to go tonight. Pitch a little bit in. Counts 1-2 on Mancini. Astros now with 5 hits against Detmers. 3 of them have been doubles. Detmers has been pitching very well lately. Last 8 starts, a sub-2 ERA, but the Astros getting in for 2 runs last inning and trying to add to that here in the 4th. Good take by Trey on a pitch down and in, 2-2. .45% catch probability on that double by Yuli Gurriel for Trout. Yuli hit it hard, 102 off the bat. That ball smoked, but he hooked it foul. Trey Mancini going towards the second deck and falling just shy of it. But a little too quick.
Yeah, dropped the head on that one. 103.2 off the bat, plenty of distance.
Mancini had 1 hit so far on this road trip. It came in Texas. So has an RBI on this trip as well. Runner in scoring position here, and Mancini will shoot one into center field. Yuli had to head back to second in case Fletcher made the play. That'll put runners on first and third with nobody out. Trey Mancini a single.
Good piece of hitting by Trey. Base hit back up the middle. Kind of hit this one right at Yuli. Left him frozen out there, making sure he doesn't get doubled off, just in case Fletcher makes a play on that one.
So now Yainer Diaz will be the batter. Yainer, who swung at the first pitch his first time up, grounded out to shortstop. Now he's in an RBI spot in his second major league at bat. And he goes after the first pitch and misses at 0-1.
Not afraid to be aggressive up there.
He was not shy in his first big league game.
One of the things we heard about Yainer Diaz was the fact that his stick will play at this level. A little aggressive right here with the runner at third base.
He has not seen a pitch he hasn't liked so far in the major leagues.
That is true. If they're trying to feel him out, they're not sure where to go next. But I would imagine they continue to stay up top, see if they can't get him to go after that pitch again. A little closer on that one. Might have earned himself a slider down and in right here. Hopefully Detmers can leave it in the vicinity that Diaz can get the barrel to it.
Yainer was acquired from the Cleveland Guardians last year in that Miles Straw trade. Straw for Diaz and Phil Maton, and this year having a huge season. 96 runs batted in at the minor league level. Goes after another high pitch. This one popped foul, playable for the catcher Matt Thaiss, and he'll put it away. He has going after everything in that at bat, and there's one away. Bring up Chaz McCormick. Chaz doubled on a line drive that eluded Ryan Aguiar his first time up. Now bats here with runners on first and third and one out. Drops in a breaking ball for a strike. Well, the one thing we know about Yainer Diaz early is he's not afraid. He's going up there hacking.
Well, you can smell those RBIs. He did a great job in the minor leagues this season. What'd you say, 95 RBIs?
96, yeah.
96. So he was probably out there sniffing a potential base hit or a sac fly to drive in that runner. It's all part of the experience. The excitement level is obviously off the charts. Not just for him, but for everybody watching, too.
Yeah, probably for the two guys in the foreground of that shot, too, the two hitting coaches.
Absolutely.
Troy and AC. Troy Snicker and Alex Cintron. 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed, and now McCormick down to the count 1-2. So Detmers trying to work around a first and third no out situation, strikes out or gets Diaz to pop up, and now he's ahead of McCormick 1-2. Swing and a foul tip caught by Thaiss, and that's a big strikeout for Detmers. Now 2 outs in the inning. We'll bring up Martin Maldonado.
Slider coming in that inside corner. A couple of good pitches to Chaz to strike him out. You're right, TK. That was a big out, considering the numbers McCormick has against left-handers this season.
And Maldi waves through that first one. Maldonado struck out his first time up. Uriel with a double, Mancini with a base hit. I think Yuli kind of lost track of where Fletcher was on that base hit. Really, Fletcher didn't have much of a chance at all to make that play, and Yuli thought he was a little closer to the middle of the diamond. In holding up, he probably cost Mancini an RBI there, and now the Astros trying to score a runner here with 2 outs. Team fouls one back, down to the count 1-2. Detmers has 10 swings and misses in this game. Five of them on the slider, 4 on the fastball. Trying to get Maldonado on the slider there, but down and in, 2-2. Try to hold up, and he goes too far. That will do it for the Astros in the 4th inning. They are unable to score a run with first and third. Nobody out. Still 2-0.
Tucker King Tuck bobblehead presented by StubHub on Saturday, September 10th. Get your tickets and get to the game early at astros.com/promotions.
Kyle Tucker out there in right field with the lights flashing here to start the bottom half of the 4th inning. Mike Ford will lead things off against Lance McCullers Jr. And so far averaging just under 19 pitches per inning, 56 through 3 innings. It'll be Ford, Matt Duffy, and Ryan Aguiar. Ford struck out looking his first time up. That's missing outside for ball 1. It was a 9-pitch inning last time when Ford started out the inning in the 2nd. And striking out Ford and Aguiar and getting Matt Duffy to ground out to shortstop. Wide, 2-0. A little bit of a mixed bag for Lance in terms of his command. 58 pitches in, just 31 strikes so far. Swinging strike on a pitch up, 2-1. Astros with the expanded rosters now with 28 players. They also now have 2 long guys in their bullpen, Brandon Bielak and Hunter Brown, who was added to the roster tonight, being his first active game. Called third strike, gets the edge on Ford. Second time Ford has gone down looking, and Lance now has 4 strikeouts.
He's doing a good job of grabbing that outside corner against Mike Ford. Some tough at bats, tough pitches on the outside corner. This one coming back, grabbing a piece, according to Chris Guccione.
Bring up Matt Duffy. Duffy takes one off the plate, ball 1. So now it's a 9-man pen for the Astros with 2 long guys, something they haven't really had the luxury of most season. Slowly hit towards the right side. Jose Altuve there. He makes the play on Duffy for the 2nd out, and there's 2 away. Julia.
This week on Astros Bases Loaded, the Astros keep pace with some of the best teams in franchise history. Plus, we're giving you the basics on how to be a better pitcher. All that and more on Astros Bases Loaded Friday at 7 p.m. only on AT&T Sportsnet. TK?
Last time we were here, Julia, Club Angel was a little bit better. How is it this time?
That speaker has been removed.
So you're good.
I'm good.
She doesn't have the speaker all year.
Yep.
It's outstanding.
New and improved.
We can actually hear her.
Ryan Aguiar swinging through the first pitch. You see the spot where the speaker used to be. Down and in for a ball, 1-1. Astros 3rd time through Anaheim. Angels will head back to Minute Maid Park next weekend to wrap up the season series with the Astros. Astros face the same 2 teams that they've played on this road trip. Astros already winning the season series against the Mariners. 1 more win to take the season series against the Angels. That one was close. Lance wanted it. Guccione says it's a little low, 2-2.
Yeah, he could have given that one to him. That was a great pitch by Lance. Got this one back nicely on that down and away corner.
Oh, there it is. Got that one at the bottom of the zone. Lance McCullers, same portion of the lineup, does the exact same thing. 2 strikeouts with a ground out in the middle and a good 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's a special look at the Lord of the Rings, the Rings of Power, now streaming on Prime Video. Jose Altuve with some round numbers in terms of total hits. Hit number 200 in his career against the Angels and hit number 1900 in his career. Overall, Altuve hitting the bag there at third base. His last time up, he would come around to score on a sac fly into shallow center off the bat of Alex Bregman. And Altuve will lead things off here in the 5th inning. Jose 1 for 2, now 5 for 10 on this road trip. Has that batting average up to 287. 289 has been the highest it's ever been at the start of a game this season. Astros with 6 hits against Reed Detmers. 3 singles and 3 doubles so far. He was able to work around a first and third no-out situation last inning as he misses here on the first 2 to Altuve in the 5th. Pitch down and in 2-1.
Yeah, that slider's tough. Looks like it's tough to pick up out of the hand. He's creating a really good angle to get the swings over the top for the Astros as they try and figure out how to keep that thing in play.
Now it's down 3-1. Altuve, then Jeremy Pena is already 2 for 2, and then Alex Bregman here. Ball 4 on the pitch up and away. Altuve draws the walk. Detmer's first walk of the game.
The Shiner Box spotlight falls on Jeremy Pena, hitting in that second spot. 291 this season, 4 for 9 in his last 2 games. Seems to be awfully comfortable hitting behind Jose Altuve, who's done a great job of getting on base. And with Altuve on base, Jeremy Pena is seeing some very good pitches to hit and taking advantage of them. It's kind of nice to see him go out there and get a couple of these pitches to handle and not missing them. Nice adjustment to the lineup for Dusty Baker, moving Jeremy Pena in there and moving Yuli down.
And the team is 23-4 in the 27 starts. Pena has hit in that second spot. Jeremy now 4 for 6 in his career with a walk against Reed Detmers. As it goes after the first pitch and fouls one away. Astros playing just their 3rd game of the week. Off days on Monday and Thursday. They'll have another off day next Thursday before the Angels come to town for the weekend. Foul away again. It's 0-2. Way up. Dice has to go up and make that play. 1-2. Dice, one of 3 catchers currently on the roster for the Angels. The Astros also with 3 catchers now, including Yainer Diaz joining Christian Vasquez and Martin Maldonado. There goes Altuve. The pitch is swung on and missed. Dice throw is late. Altuve with his 13th steal of the year in 14 attempts. Pena goes down for the first out.
Good pitch to run on by Jose. Got a great jump also. Here's a slider.
Now Alex Bregman bats with a runner in scoring position. Takes one upstairs for ball one. Detmers has been very good in terms of his strike percentage coming into this inning, but has been a little more erratic here with a walk to lead off the inning against Altuve. Now he's 2-0, missing up to Alex Bregman a couple of times.
Yeah, not very close either. Both of them well out of the zone.
A little wide, 3-0. Kyle Tucker waits on deck. And way upstairs. I thought that last pitch missed. Now it's 3-1. These pitches to Alex Bregman haven't been close in this at bat.
Yeah, considering how good his eye is, they have been competitive.
And he catches that corner again, drops in the hook, and it's 3-2.
Yeah, the only strikes in this at bat have been a couple of floaters that have come back to that outside edge.
Alex now with 81 runs batted in. Shohei Ohtani fifth in the AL with 82. And that'll be down. Second walk of the inning for Detmers. Altuve and Bregman have drawn a walk. Be 2 on for Kyle Tucker. And now a word from the Home Depot.
Scan the field and read the product review. Check inventory status and place your order easily in the Home Depot app.
So Kyle Tucker will bat, looking for his first hit tonight. He has struck out and popped up. The Angels get their bullpen moving as Detmers has thrown 79 pitches here in the 5th inning. A long discussion with Matt Dice. Maybe just a little stall tactic to get the bullpen going. It's Jose Marte beginning to loosen up.
Been a tough couple of at-bats early on for Kyle Tucker. You can imagine with a couple of runners on right here. He's going to dial it in, do his best to get a pitch he can handle.
Tucker has a hit in 20 of his last 21 games. Has that average up to 267 starting tonight. Tucker line drive, base hit into right field. Altuve had to hold up to make sure it got through. It does, and the bases are now loaded with 1 out. Tucker continues his hot hitting. That's now hits in 21 out of 22 games.
Taking a little frustration out on that one. Got a good pitch to hit early on. Lets it travel, and then the hands fly through the zone to be able to pull that into right field for a base hit to load things up for Yuli.
Yuli hit a ball hard his last time up, doubling over the head of Mike Trout in center field. Bats here with the bases full.
Some more stall tactics going on, a little bit of old school right here. Desperately trying to get Marte loose. Especially considering last time Yuli was in the box against Detmers, he hit that rocket to center.
the dugout. Comes the manager, Phil Nevin, as he will look to that bullpen. They were trying to get Marte warmed up here. He will take some time here as he kind of chats with Reed Detmers here with the bases loaded and one out, and Yuli Gurriel due up, and they are going to make the call to the bullpen. So the call to the pen, Detmers will leave here in the 5th. His command started to elude him this inning with a couple of walks, and Yuli will face Jose Marte with the bases loaded. Detmers, but now they have loaded the bases with one out, and the Angels go to their bullpen.
You're going to see Jose Marte making his 6th appearance, so this will be his 2nd stint with the Angels, spending most of the season in Salt Lake with the Bees. But here in the big leagues, in those 6 games, there's an opponent average of 0.095. Little trouble with command. In here to face Yuli.
Gurriel bats with the bases loaded. He has faced Marte twice in his career. Walked one of those 2 plate appearances as he takes a strike 0-1.
We're gonna get traded.
Yuli bats for the 16th time this year with the bases loaded. Yuli has not been at his best this season with the bases full, just 1 for 12. He does have a couple of bases loaded walks and a sac fly. He generally puts the ball in play, though, just 1 strikeout in those 15 plate appearances with the bases full. That's a strike on the outside edge, and Yuli down in the count 1-2.
It's a live arm from Marte. You can see 97 on that fastball. That's what he averages, but he still throws 60% of the time. He'll throw that cutter. That'll be in the low 90s.
Off the plate, 2-2. Altuve on third base, he walked. He also stole a base. Bregman on second, he walked. Kyle Tucker on first, he singled. Astros trying to add to this 2-0 lead. It's down 3-2. And Mancini waits on deck. Wide ball 4, bases loaded, walk, and the Astros now lead 3-0. Jose Altuve crosses the plate with run number 78 on the year.
Detmers was not happy coming out of this game, and he's not going to be happy knowing that run was walked in.
Especially after getting ahead 1-2.
Yeah, but that's eighth walk this season for Marte in 6 1/3 innings.
Now Trey Mancini trying to solve Marte. He's only faced him twice and struck out both times. And takes one down at 98, 1-0. They got Marte up as this inning progressed after Bregman walked. To get ready in a hurry. The cutter has been the pitch that he has thrown a lot to Mancini with those strikeouts. It's 1-1. Trey singled his last time up. He's 1 for 2. Mancini has driven in 17 runs as an Astro this year, playing in his 24th game. This is the heater, 1-2. Mancini's already had more at bats with the Astros as with the bases loaded than he did in his time with the Baltimore Orioles. did have 2 sac flies and a hit by pitch with the Orioles with the bases loaded, but just 2 official at bats. And if he has an at bat here, it'll be his 3rd at bat with the Astros with the bases full. One of them being a grand slam in Cleveland.
I was a big fan of that one.
Swing and a miss. 3rd time they have matched up, and Marte has struck him out on the cutter all 3 times. Big strikeout there for Marte.
This cutter elevated in the zone, and Mancini can't lay off it. Pulling the trigger on a pitch up out of the zone.
So you've got a guy who struggles with his command and a guy who has not taken a pitch yet in his major league career in 2 at bats.
Let's hope that Marte struggles with his command out over the plate, and we can see what Diaz can do.
Yainer Diaz has swung at every pitch tonight so far. And he takes one. Down for a ball, 1-0.
First big league take.
A lot of firsts. Usually that first take doesn't come in the 3rd at bat, but now Yainer will have a 1-0 count here. And he'll look at another one low, 2-0.
Good time to hit. Got to be selective. You got to have faith in the ability, faith in those hands, but you also have to have the discipline to be able to make sure that pitch is in the zone and something you can handle.
Diaz, 57 games at AA Corpus Christi, 48 games at AAA Sugarland, 25 home runs and 96 runs batted in combined. Now it's 3-0. I imagine the young man will get at least one to look at here.
He's got the take sign.
Marte walking Yuli Gurriel with the bases loaded, now in danger of walking in another run with a 3-0 count.
It's good to have the young man see another pitch, maybe a strike, get a good visual on it, or just take it for his first RBI.
First RBI of the major league career of Yainer Diaz is on a bases loaded 4-pitch walk. 4-0 Astros.
Doing it in dramatic fashion too, just walking and pushing runners across the plate.
How about Diaz only swinging his first 2 at bats and then taking 4 pitches for a walk?
Baseball's a crazy game,
right? Now a quick visit from the pitching coach for the Angels as Matt Wise goes out there to try and.
Guys are having a good time with it. Just odd. You want to clap and go, man, way to go! You picked a run up. First RBI. You should be excited, but then you go, he just kind of took 4 pitches well out of the zone.
Not like he can keep the baseball or anything.
Yeah, right walk for first RBI.
Yeah.
Bases loaded walk.
Here's Chas McCormick. Chas 1 for 2 against the starter Reed Detmers. And he'll take one off the plate. 1-0. That is now 5 in a row out of the zone for Marte. So 2 of these runs charged to Detmers. He's also responsible for Kyle Tucker, who's now over at 3rd base. There's a strike with the cutter. More bullpen action going for the Angels. McCormick fouls off that pitch. It's 1-2. Zach Weiss warming up in the Angels bullpen. Dugout's continuing to have a good time. Altuve, Garcia, Alvarez, Diaz all hanging out. That one off the plate. Good take by Chas. 2-2. 4 walks in this inning issued by Angels pitching. 2 by the starter Reed Detmers and 2 out of the bullpen by Jose Marte. The Astros have scored 2 runs on bases loaded walks. Inside almost clips McCormick, and Chaz now with a full count after being down in the count. Martin Maldonado waits on deck. If he bats, will be the 9th batter of the inning. Tucker, Gurriel, Yiner, Diaz will all be off with a pitch. Swing and a miss. McCormick goes down on strikes. Marte picking up 2 strikeouts in the inning, but he walks 2, and the Astros now lead 4-0.
For $5,000, you can purchase a Cooperstown bag, which includes an autographed baseball signed by 3 of 4 Astros Hall of Famers, 4 tickets to a 2023 Astros game, and much more. All proceeds benefit the Astros Foundation Boys and Girls Club of Greater Houston and Kids Meals. Join us Friday, September 9th for Astros Charity Night, only on AT&T Sportsnet. Blummer?
Thanks, Julia. Statcast 3D powered by Google Cloud is going to show you the 5 strikeouts in this ballgame so far for Lance McCullers, all on the knuckle curve.
Face the 9-hitter Matt Thaiss here to lead off the inning, and he chops one to the right side. Yuli Gurriel can make the play himself, as Lance was there covering just in case. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 5th. Thaiss now 0 for 2 with a ground out. So the Astros getting 2 runs last inning on a base hit by Kyle Tucker, sandwiched in between 4 walks by Angels pitching. Doubling up their lead is now 4-0. Top of the order, the one guy that has been able to pick up a couple of hits against Lance McCullers. That's David Fletcher. He's 2 for 2. The rest of the Angels without a hit so far tonight. Lance delivers a fastball for a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. .70 pitches in for McCullers. And Fletcher shoots one to right. It's slicing towards Tucker, who may have lost that in the lights momentarily, but stayed with it. Kyle Tucker going down to a knee to make that catch for the 2nd out.
Lights made that a tough play for Tuck. Good job of staying with it and getting that out. Another punch shot the other way from Fletch. You could see as Tuck went down, trying to create an angle to keep it out of the lights, but it looked like it still had some play in it. Good play.
Now 2 quick outs in the inning, and Mike Trout will bat. Lance only has thrown 3 pitches in this inning. And a first pitch swing by Trout, and he has a little soft single in the right field. It'll be a 2-out base runner for the Angels in the 5th.
Trout letting that ball travel and get jammed right there, just kind of forcing it the other way. You could see he was trying to hit into that shift or hit away from that shift for that base hit, not trying to do too much, just take what's given to him.
Shohei Ohtani the batter. Ohtani walked and flied out. And he sends this ball in the right field for a base hit. Trout will make the turn and hold up. Tucker gets the ball back in. Back-to-back base hits by Trout and Ohtani here with 2 outs, putting runners on 1st and 2nd. It's now 4 hits in the game for the Angels. McCullers will go after Luis Rengifo. Rengifo's bounced into a fielder's choice, hitting one back to the mound. He's also drawn a walk. Top 3 in the order have now been on base 6 times. Fletcher 2 hits, Trout a hit and a walk, Ohtani a hit and a walk. There's some traffic in this game for Luis Rengifo.
I think it's obvious to us, and I'm sure it's obvious to the Angels too, that it's great when you have a 1-2-3 to lead off the game like Fletcher, Trout, and Ohtani. It's what happens after that that is the real issue for the Angels.
Rengifo batting cleanup tonight is 1 for 8 in his career against Lance with 5 strikeouts. And overall hitting .243 as a lefty with a .644 OPS. He's been much better as a right-hand hitter this year. That one catches at the bottom of the zone, 1-1. Picks up the inside edge. Rengifo doesn't like it, but it looked pretty good. 1-2 the count.
Lance is able to dot that changeup on the inside corner. That's filthy. You see Maldi setting up on the outside corner, but still pulling to that inside part of the plate. There's enough fade on it to bring it back to that inside corner. As a hitter, you see that pitch coming towards that inside corner. The immediate thought is fastball, so you start to open up a little bit too quick. But then you recognize speed, and your hands are in no position to fire.
Colors trying to strand 2 more runners here in the inning. Angels left 2 on in the first, 3 on in the third. And that's up and away, 2-2. Piece to stay alive. A bit low. Doesn't go after that curveball, and the count goes full. That means Trout and Ohtani will be off with the next pitch. Three-time MVP on second, and last year's unanimous MVP on first with 2 outs. '80th pitch of the game coming from McCullers. Got him. Lance fired up as he walks off the mound with that strikeout. He's got a half dozen and strands 2 more runners for the Angels. We're through 5. Astros 4, Angels nothing.
Summary, we start in the third. Jeremy Pena had a couple on. He's going to double, driving in Chas McCormick for the first run of the game. So it was 1-0 Astros. And then Alex Bregman coming up here will get the sac fly with Altuve scoring there. 2-0 Astros. To the 5th inning. Astros knocking out the Angels starter Reed Detmer, and when the reliever came in, struggled to find the zone. So Astros get 2 on bases loaded walks in that inning with a 4-0 lead here as they move to the 6th inning. TK.
All right, Julia, it'll be Martin Maldonado leading off for the Astros. Lance McCullers Jr., 5 more shutout innings. He has gone shutout in 3 of his 4 starts so far at the Major League level. And the Angels will go to their bullpen for a new pitcher.
It's going to be Zach Weiss, pitching in 43 games in AAA. This will be his Angels debut, wearing the number 57 as a 4.50 in AAA before being recalled. But his contract purchased, actually. This is Only his second major league appearance since 2018.
Pitched with the Reds for one game against the Cardinals back on April 12th of 2018. He faced 4 batters and all of them scored. A couple of walks and a couple of home runs in that outing. So right now, infinity is the ERA in his career for Zach Weiss, as he faces Martin Maldonado leading off the 6th inning. Maldi 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts against the starter Reed Detmers. And misses the first pitch, 0-1. Weiss was added to the roster as one of the extra players as the Angels adding Ryan Aguiar and Zach Weiss to their roster, with the rosters expanding to 28, and Weiss gets ahead of Maldonado 0-2. See Astros pitching coach Josh Miller talking to Lance.
Yeah, that's above my pay grade.
A little arm angle discussion.
Figure that arm angle at release point.
Oh, and 2 on Maldonado. It'll be Martin, and then the top of the order, Jose Altuve and Jeremy Pena. 2 hits, 2 walks, 4 runs, all earned. No innings on his ledger. So he has had an infinity ERA since 2018, but trying to record his first major league out here as he delivers low to Zach Weiss. Counts 1-2. To high school in Irvine and then on to UCLA. The plate 2-2. On the ground towards short. That's David Fletcher. And that will be the first out for Zach Weiss in his major league career as he records a ground out on Martin Maldonado.
Hispanic Heritage Street Fest presented by Hornitos returns on Saturday, September 17th. Celebrate the Astros' Latin and Hispanic roots and enjoy live music, food trucks, yard games, face painters, and more before the Astros play the Oakland Athletics. Find tickets at astros.com/Hispanic Heritage.
I'll bring up Jose Altuve. Altuve has been on base his last 2 times and scored a couple of runs. Takes a called strike here. Jose 1 for 2 with a walk. Slowly hit towards the left side of the infield. That's the second baseman, Rengifo, in the shift. And Altuve retired for the second out of the inning. So a couple of groundouts here in the 6th. Now a message from TXU Energy. Two outs, bases clear. Jeremy Pena will hit for a 4th time. Jeremy 2 for 3 against Detmers. Now 6 for 12 on this road trip. Ball hit into right field. Back on it goes Taylor Ward. And Zach Weiss not only records an out for the first time in the big leagues, but he has a 1-2-3 inning here in the 6th, getting Maldonado, Altuve, and Pena in order. time to play Name That Astro, powered by Reliant. Today's clues are as follows. Williamsport Memories, 2015 stalwart, huge 15 postseason. Name That Astro, powered by Reliant. Go ahead and send your guesses to @ATT Sportsnet SW. Lance McCullers into his 6th inning of work. He has finished 6 innings in one other start this year. Of his previous 3, as Taylor Ward has flied to right and flied to center, leading off here in the 6th inning. And so far allowing 4 base hits, all to the top third of the order. He's also issued 3 walks. This is the part of the order where he's had success. Hitters 5 through 9 are so far 0 for 8 against Lance, but there's Taylor Ward with a base hit into center field. 5th hit allowed by McCullers, and Ward a leadoff base runner for the Angels here in the 6th.
Three straight fastballs in that at bat. Lance wanted that one over the outside corner, traced back in, and Ward fought it off into center field.
Bring up Mike Ford, who has struck out looking twice tonight. We're talking about arm angles during that inning break, as we showed you. Lance has had a little bit better velocity on the fastball this inning. That last pitch at 93.5 miles an hour. That's about where his yearly average has been, but tonight average down a little bit. And on that base hit, he ramped it up to 94.6, which was his fastest pitch of the night. But the average tonight has been around 92. On the year, it's been a little bit higher than that, 93.3.
And with them talking with Josh Miller about arm angles, maybe that slot he's trying to get into, that could sometimes have an effect on some of that velocity when it doesn't come out the way you want it to. Pretty good call by Chris Guccione behind home plate on this curveball, if you're an Astro fan.
But down and in, 2-2. Lance has not reached 100 pitches in any start this year. His 3 previous starts, 81, 91, and 90. I mentioned it's been a warm night here in Southern California. But right now, no bullpen action as Lance approaches 90 pitches. Although as we say that, Josh Miller just hung up the phone to the bullpen. Way upstairs and wide, 3-2. Well, who do you think Josh made the call for? We've already seen one major league debut tonight for the Astros. Yainer Diaz as the DH. And now Hunter Brown beginning to warm up in what could be his major league debut tonight.
That looks like that's him. Maybe Phil Maton getting loose too.
Just missing the top of the zone. Lance got a call earlier at the bottom of the zone.
Tried to have that pitch come back. It did look like it clipped the top part of the zone. McCullers didn't get the call up there.
So it's Maton warming up. Brown was standing behind the mound, never threw a pitch, but what they probably want to do is give Maton an inning if he comes in the middle of an inning, and Brown a clean inning beyond that.
Yeah, if there's a cleanup on aisle 4, it'll be Phil Maton. They want Hunter Brown to come in a clean situation.
So Lance now facing Matt Duffy with 2 on. Nobody out. That's the 4th walk allowed by McCullers. There's a strike. Angels have stranded 7 runners in the first 5 innings. Ball hit towards left field, and that is hit well towards the gap and down. One hops over the wall for a double. That helps the Astros. As Ford will be placed at third on that automatic double. Matt Duffy drives in a run. Just his 5th double of the year. It's now a 4-1 game.
Looks similar to the previous pitch. Maybe a curveball, that slider that backed up, stayed up in the zone, and Duffy was able to get to it. Angels get that first run of the ball game.
So now 2 runners in scoring position. Ryan Aguiar bats for a 3rd time. He has struck out twice tonight. Lance about to throw his 92nd pitch, most of the season. It's just the 2nd swing this year where Lance is allowed a run. The other coming on an Austin Riley 3-run home run. We'll try and work around 2nd and 3rd and nobody out in a 4-1 game. Ward a single, Ford a walk, and Duffy an RBI double. Aguiar having trouble with that curveball. He's not the first one. And it's 0-2. Go right back to that curveball again. He has thrown Aguiar 7 curveballs tonight. And he gets them. With that breaking ball, 3-pitch strikeout. Ryan Aguiar going down for the 3rd time. That's 7 strikeouts for McCullers. That's his new season high, and 1 away in the inning.
Yeah, stay with it. He's got a good feel for it right now. Go ahead and break another one off and force Aguiar to prove that he can hit it, and he hasn't yet.
Thaiss struck out on a curveball his 1st time up and grounded out his 2nd time. As he drops in the curve for a strike, 0-1. It's his ability to throw that curveball. It's been so pivotal in his career. He's able to drop in that first hook for a strike. He knows he wants some strikeouts here with the infield back, having already given up a run in this inning. That's a foul off his foot. Dice down in the count, 0-2. Lance in his last start finished the final inning off with 10 consecutive curveballs to finish his 5th inning against the Orioles, and he has thrown the last 2 hitters nothing but curveballs here. That one put in play towards center field. Tagging up will be Ford. McCormick underneath it. He will throw the ball home, and Ford will be safe. As the ball is cut off by Yuli Gurriel, Ford scores on the sac fly, and it's now a 4-2 game. Dusty Baker will come out and get Lance McCullers here.
Curveball stayed up and allowed Thaiss to get a piece of it, hitting it deep enough to score Ford.
That's the longest Lance goes in terms of pitch count. He ends up going 5 2/3 innings, leaves with the Astros ahead 4-2. Runner on second base and 2 outs for Phil Maton when we come back.
The Angels are threatening here in Anaheim as we are in the bottom of the 6th inning with a couple of outs. Matt Duffy, after doubling home a run, is on second base, and as Crawford Bach called the bullpen, he's going to show you the numbers for Phil Maton this season. It's going to be his 55th appearance, and here to get out of this inning for Lance McCullers on the season, a 4.15 ERA. Opponents hitting .250 against him. He's got good numbers in his last 7 games against the Angels, with them hitting .160 against him.
Well, Maton will face David Fletcher. Lance McCullers, 5 2/3 innings tonight, 6 hits, 2 runs so far. He is responsible for the runner on second base with 2 outs. Lance walked 4 and struck out 7 tonight. Fletcher 2 for 3, lining out his last time up as he faces Maton here. Fletcher takes a called strike on the outside edge, 0-1.
Good pitch. It's going to help Maldy's framing numbers, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a pretty good one right there. One way wide, 1-1.
Yeah, a little too far.
Maton's faced Fletcher twice, including once earlier this year. Fletcher tripled on a curveball against him back in April. He's also lined out against him last season, the only other time he faced him. Hits the ball on the ground to third. Alex Bregman gobbles it up and makes the play to first, and that will do it for the Angels in the 6th inning. They scored 2 runs on 2 hits. Astros lead at the end of 6, 4-2.
Foundation, Boys and Girls Club of Greater Houston, Uvalde Little League, and Kids Meals. Charity game bags include signed memorabilia, tickets to Astros games, and exclusive merchandise. Visit astros.com/charitygame for more details.
On a warm night, Lance McCullers throws 97 pitches tonight. He'll leave with a 4-2 lead after 5 2/3 innings. Alex Bregman will try and lead things off here for the Astros in the 7th inning, facing Zach Weiss in his 2nd inning of work. Weiss ended up with a 1-2-3 6th inning in his 1st inning in the major league since 2018. First pitch to Alex Bregman is popped up on the infield. Luis Rengifo, the 2nd baseman, is there behind the bag. He'll put it away for the 1st out. So Weiss, after allowing 4 runs in his major league debut, not pitching in over 4 years since his big league debut, has now retired all 4 batters. And that's going to be it. Probably a long wait for Weiss, not just because it was 4 years in between, but because of what had happened in his big league debut. But he's going to leave after he gets a word of encouragement from Nevin. He faces 4 batters, retires all 4 batters, that he will leave here to a nice hand from the Angel Stadium crowd. Aaron Luke, the new pitcher, to face Kyle Tucker when we come back. ...2015 stalwart, huge 2015 postseason. Colby Rasmus, who reached the Little League World Series with Phoenix City, Alabama back in 1999, had a career-high 25 bombs with the Astros in 15. And that same year went 7 for 17 with 4 postseason home runs. Colby Rasmus, tonight's name that Astro. New pitcher for the Angels here in the 7th inning is the lefty Aaron Loup.
4.05 is that ERA on the season for Aaron Loup. 2.84 in 6 games against the Houston Astros. A little bit of a funky delivery, makes it tough for the left-handed hitters to pick up that baseball out of that hand. Against left-handed hitters, it'll be primarily that fastball, the occasional slider mixed in there.
He's in there to face Kyle Tucker here. The Astros with 1 out and nobody on, and Tucker kind of a half swing. Duffy has to make the play to his left and does so. So Loup on 1 pitch gets Tucker to ground out for the 2nd out of the inning. After Jose Marte came in and walked a couple of batters with the bases loaded, Zach Weiss kind of restoring order for the Angels, and now it's Aaron Loup, the 4th pitcher of the game. Astros have Hector Neris warming up in their bullpen. As Yuli Gurriel bats with 2 outs and nobody on. Yuli drew one of those walks issued by Marte as he walked with the bases loaded to drive in the 3rd run of the game. In 1-1. That ball's shot towards center field. Trout on the move. He'll make the catch. Nice running play by Mike Trout in center field as Yuli retired for the final out of the inning. Ends up being a 1-2-3 inning with 2 different pitchers. 7th inning stretch time here at Angels Stadium with the Astros leading 4-2. We're going to head back to Houston in our Rooms to Go lounge and check in with Vanessa and Mike. Colors Jr., who has that filthy hook, was using it to pick up a lot of strikeouts tonight. Lance would end up with 7 strikeouts on the evening. That curveball was playing well against this Angels lineup. Lance would strike out Mike Ford a couple of times, Ryan Aguilar 3 times, as he leaves after 5 2/3 innings with those 7 strikeouts and 2 runs allowed. Phil Maton got the final out of the 6th inning, and now Hector Neris out of the bullpen.
Yeah, big spot for Hector Neris right now in this 2-run game. He'll be making his 58th appearance, leading the way out of that Astros bullpen as far as appearances. He has a 3.48. His whip is under 1, doing a great job of holding opponents to a sub-200 batting average.
Well, Mike Trout will lead off against Neris here. Oh, the tough part of the lineup, Mike Trout, and then Shohei Ohtani, Luis Rengifo, the 4-hitter tonight. Trout reached base twice against McCullers with a single and a walk. A 4-2 game tonight. Astros scoring a couple of runs in the 3rd inning and adding 2 more in the 5th. The Angels scored their 2 runs last inning. First pitch from Neris is a slider in for a called strike, 0-1. In the air, shallow right, Yuli going out, Tucker coming in, and that is perfectly placed by Mike Trout as he lobs a single into right field.
Pretty good pitch by Hector. Got the offer from Mike Trout, and as he spun off it, he dropped it right in between Yuli and Tucker. Neris made the right pitch. Unfortunately, has nothing to show for it.
Now Hector will face Shohei Ohtani. Ohtani has been on base a couple of times with a single and a walk. Faced Neris twice. He has walked and struck out. Oh, it's a called strike. Both teams now with 7 hits. Trout on base for the 3rd consecutive time. Catches the outside corner. Ohtani doesn't like the call. It's 0-2.
Just off the edge, close enough, considering some of the other pitches we've seen in this ball game. But a good job doubling up on the outside corner to get ahead 0-2.
Got him with the splitter.
Wow, that was nasty.
Hector Neris, a 3-pitch strikeout of Ohtani, picks up the first out of the inning.
Bottom dropped out of that thing pretty good. Neris coming downhill, but you see that split rotation just creating all kinds of tumbling action to it, and Ohtani can't stay on it.
Rengifo will bat. Rengifo 0 for 2 with a walk tonight. Sends one into center field. Chaz backs up a few steps, still going back, makes the play. Rengifo lines out to center for the second out. Taylor Ward will be the batter. Have double barrel action going in their bullpen, both righties. That one drops in for a strike. See the Angels pen. Berea and Ryan Tepera warming up. That one low, 1-1. Down 3-1. Mike Ford, left-hand hitter, waiting on deck. And ball 4. Well, 2 more runners on in this inning for the Angels. They have had 2 runners on in 5 of the 7 innings. Only the second and the 4th inning, which were 1, 2, 3 innings for the Astros. Every other inning, the Angels have had a lot of traffic against Dusty Baker's pitching staff. It's now 5 walks allowed by Astros pitching, 4 from McCullers, and the first one from Neris. And here's Mike Ford.
It just feels like a lot of pitches and a lot of base runners in this game against Astros pitching. They've done a good job of holding the Angels to a 1 for 8 with runners in scoring position.
Neris missing down for ball 1. Ford striking out twice and then drawing a walk and scoring on a sacrifice fly. There's a strike with a fastball, 1-1. Chased the splitter, 2-1. McCullers went 5 2/3 innings tonight. Phil Maton got the last out of the 6th inning. Now Neris on here in the 7th. It's down 3-1, second straight batter. But Neris has fallen behind 3-1. Strike. Count now full. They're taking a 3-1 fastball for a strike.
I thought he might have had a chance to offer it. That one chose to take that pitch. Pretty good pitch to hit. Now you're just kind of curious if Neris is going to go with that fastball. Where is he going to locate it, or is he trying to dangle that split out there and get the swing?
Fastball called, third strike to end the inning.
Got him. Didn't break.
3-1 and 3-2 fastballs on the plate, and that'll do it for the Angels. They strand 2 more. Los Angeles has left 10 on tonight. It's 4-2 Houston.
Coming back, let's find out the results from tonight's Chevy Stroll. We asked earlier what the biggest X factor in the upcoming postseason would be for your Houston Astros, and a lot of you going with health. 68% of you, momentum and depth, getting some votes as well. I want to thank everyone for following on Twitter at ATT Sportsnet SW. TK.
All right, Julia, that makes a lot of sense, especially on a night when Yordan Alvarez was scratched from the lineup after being in there initially. We see Omar Lopez chatting things over with the Cuban compatriots Yordan Alvarez and Aledmys Diaz over in the dugout. Jaime Barria, the new pitcher for the Angels.
27 appearances this season for Barria. He has a 2-3 record. Pretty good 2.58 ERA. His whip is nice, right around that 1. Opponent's hitting .207 against him. He's only faced the Astros in 1 game this season. Did not go well. Went 2 2/3 innings, gave up 3 hits and 2 earned runs on 2 home runs.
Well, here we go. Trey Mancini will lead things off, followed by Yainer Diaz in his major league debut. And Chas McCormick will hit 3rd in this inning. Trey had a single in 3 at-bats. Single coming in against Reed Detmers. Detmers, who had been pitching well lately, charged with 4 runs tonight against the Astros in 4 1/3 innings. He left after 80 pitches in the 5th inning, and 2 of the runs that were left on base came around to score. Mancini down in the count 0-2. Trey now, for the first time since becoming an Astro, has more singles than extra base hits in an Astros uniform. Coming into tonight, he had 6 home runs and 2 doubles of his 16 hits, and picked up a single his his second time up tonight. Ball in the air to left field. Aguilar, the left fielder, puts it away. 1 away here in the inning. And bring up Yainer Diaz. Diaz, the 23-year-old, won't turn 24 until the 21st of this month. 0 for 2 in his major league debut, but already has an RBI on a bases loaded walk. Has hit in every level of the minor leagues wherever he's been. 321 career minor league hitter with an 868 OPS. Where he plays defensively has been a question. He has caught more than anything else this year, but also played a bunch at first base. As he goes after that pitch way in, it's 0-2. Diaz swung at every pitch his first 2 at-bats and grounded out and popped up, and then was not thrown a strike in his 3rd at-bat and drew a bases loaded walk. this year, moved up from Corpus Christi to Sugar Land and had a higher OPS at the AAA level than he did at AA. 930 with the Space Cowboys, hitting 16 of his 25 home runs in 48 games at AAA. It's down and away, 1-2. Giving it a look. Theis near the stands has room and puts it away. He is now 0 for 3 in his first game in the big leagues. 2 away. Chaz McCormick will be the batter. Astros leading 4-2 tonight. Both games in Arlington on this road trip were 2-run games. They won 4-2 on Tuesday, 5-3 on Wednesday. The Astros have played 5 consecutive games with a margin of 2 runs. It's the longest stretch ever in franchise history, and they have a 2-run margin again tonight. Chaz scoring one of those 4 runs with a double his first time up, sends this ball in the right field. Taylor Ward back a few steps, and a 1-2-3 inning for Jaime Barria. Bryan Abreu had been warming up. He'll probably be the new pitcher in the bottom half of the 8th, with the Astros leading 4-2. Our T-Mobile coverage cam. David Fletcher retired in the 5th inning on this line drive. Kyle Tucker had to battle the lights and stay with it. Went down to a knee to make that play to retire Fletcher in the 5th inning. Pitcher for the Astros on in the 8th is Bryan Abreu.
Bryan Abreu's numbers continue to drop. He's done a very good job in his last 14 outings. You can see since the All-Star break, done a phenomenal job pushing that ERA close to 2. His whip at 1.21, and again, the ability to go out there and get the swing and miss. He's pitched in 47 2/3 innings and racked up 68 strikeouts.
Defensive changes for the Astros. Chaz McCormick moved from center field to left field. Trey Mancini out of the game, and the new center fielder is Mauricio Dubon. Dubon takes over in Mancini's spot in the order, hitting 6. Trey made an out to start the top half of this inning. Well, Blummer, we talked in spring training about how Bryan Abreu had the ability to be anything in this bullpen if he pitched well, because his stuff's so nasty. We said he could be a high leverage guy, and here we are, the first game of September, and he's pitching in a high leverage spot.
And he's pitching here because he's earned it.
First pitch is a ground ball to Bregman on one hop. Matt Duffy grounds one to third. Bregman makes the play. Duffy now 1 for 4 with an RBI double.
And that's probably the biggest thing for me about Bryan Abreu is the ability to come out of that bullpen and start throwing strikes immediately. It puts that hitter on high alert that he's got to be aggressive if he wants to on the pitches inside the zone. And to that point, over those last 14 outings, 15 2/3 innings pitched, he's only walked 6 hitters. 22 strikeouts in that time. But a lot of confidence going for Bryan Abreu.
Joe Adell on as a pinch hitter for Ryan Aguiar. So Adell hits here against the righty Abreu and goes after the fastball for a swinging strike. 0-1. Aguiar was 0 for 3 tonight with 3 strikeouts against McCullers, and now Adell facing the righty. Astros bullpen with 2 off days this week in very good shape. Phil Maton tonight picked up an out with only 3 pitches. Myers had to throw a few more pitches last inning as he worked around a hit and a walk. The Angels have allowed 10 men to be left on tonight. They've had at least 2 runners on in 5 of the 7 innings before. Foul off of Maldonado at the plate. It's 1-2. saw Hunter Brown earlier with the warm-up top off. I think had the game stayed 4-0. Dusty was considering using Hunter Brown in his Major League debut tonight, but once those 2 runs scored in the 6th, a little bit of a tougher spot for a guy making his Major League debut. Swing and a miss. Abreu picks up a strikeout of Adele. That's 2 outs in the inning, and that's strikeout number 10 for Astros pitching.
Good job by Brian Abreu. Slider. Back to Hunter Brown. That doesn't mean I wasn't hoping for it.
Yeah, we might see him, tomorrow or the next day. He's a guy who Dusty Baker said before the game, you don't want to give him too many days in between outings. And Dice the batter, and we saw Brown used out of the bullpen his last few times for the Sugarland Space Cowboys, so he's been getting used to the potential of working out of the bullpen at the Major League level. Dice takes a called strike, and Abreu working ahead 0-2. Brian has thrown 7 pitches, 6 of them strikes so far.
Hunter Brown stuff would have played against the Angels. They come into this game as a team hitting .230 against the fastball. That's worse than Major League Baseball, and Hunter Brown can bring it in the upper 90s.
Bouncing it. 2 outs, nobody on, a 1-2 count to Matt Dice. Got him outside corner. Brian Abreu, another shutout inning. That is 15 consecutive appearances for Brian Abreu without allowing a run. TNT Sportsnet is presented by Rooms to Go. Get big savings during the Labor Day sale. And by HEB. No store does more than my HEB. On we go to the 9th in Anaheim. Todd Callis, Jeff Blum, Julia Morales. Astros trying to win another 2-run game as they lead it 4-2. They'll face Jaime Barria in his 2nd inning of work. Great work by Brian Abreu, who continues his consecutive scoreless streak. That's 15 straight outings.
That's dominant. He has been absolutely a beast out of that bullpen and did a great job. Looked comfortable in that situation.
Dusty using him in a 2-run game tonight in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Now Rafael Montero warming up as Martin Maldonado breaks his bat on a 1-hopper to the first baseman Mike Ford. Maldonado retired for the first out of the ninth. Astros trying to maintain their 11-game lead over Seattle in the American League West. Seattle winning earlier tonight. They defeated the Cleveland Guardians. The Astros also can increase their lead for the best record in the American League as the Yankees lost 9-0 earlier tonight and needed Marwin Gonzalez to pitch for the final out of the 8th inning. And a 9-0 shutout in Tampa Bay. So the Yankees still in the 70s in the win column after winning their 70th game on August the 1st. Here's Jose Altuve on base twice tonight, scoring a couple of runs, officially 1 for 3 with a stolen base.
You fucking cheater!
Here's the slider. Altuve down on the count 0-2. Altuve 8 for 19 in his career against Barria with a home run. He launches that one wide, 1-2.
You got a strikeout.
Tapper towards the left side of the infield. Rengifo has to hurry. Low throw for the second out. Rafael Montero warming up in the Astros bullpen in this 2-run game. Angels will have David Fletcher, Mike Trout, and Shohei Ohtani due up. Here's Jeremy Pena, 2 for 4 tonight. 6 hits on this road trip in 13 at bats. And fouls one at the plate and goes down. Where's that shin guard? But that may have caught him above the shin guard.
You always think you got it perfectly placed. It just manages to find open space.
Ooh,
at the top of the ankle.
Just below the shin guard.
Yeah, super.
Jeremy trying to walk it off here. Pena, an infield hit his first time up. Doubled in a run his second time up. The Astros on the board with that RBI double in the third. Now showing bunt and taking a strike. It's 0-2. The Angels bullpen's done a nice job. The exception of Jose Marte, a couple of walks, but no hits allowed. So far over 4 1/3 innings from the Angels bullpen. All 7 hits tonight for the Astros coming against the starter Reed Detmers. Off the plate, 2-2. There's Montero, who will have the top of the order in the bottom half of the 9th inning. Angels bullpen has retired 12 Astros in a row as Pena fouls off the 2-2 pitch. Astros trying to go to 3-0 on this road trip and improve their road record to 42-27. Best in the American League and second best road record in the major leagues, behind only the Dodgers. Pena goes down on strikes. Nice work by Jaime Barria as he retires all 6 he faces. That's his first strikeout. We head to the bottom of the 9th. Rafael Montero will be on to try and finish off this 4-2 game.
With thousands of children undergoing treatment for cancer each year, the time to help is now. Visit MLBcommunity.org to learn more.
Bottom of the 9th inning, Astros scoring 4 runs early in this game. Have been shut down by the Angels the rest of the way, and now it's up to Rafael Montero to try and win this game on a Friday in California.
He's done a good job at stepping in as closer for the Houston Astros in place of Ryan Presley, who is on the injured list. He has pitched in 57 games this season, a 2.63 ERA. That bottom line is the most important right now. Last time out, he picked up that 10th save in Texas. Only needed 13 pitches to pick up that 10th save. Like to see him pick up number 11 right here.
He's got Fletcher, Trout, and Ohtani due up. There you see the numbers against Montero. Fletcher and Trout a combined 8 for 15. And then Montero has had success against Ohtani. David Fletcher on base with a couple of hits his first 2 times up, is now 2 for 4. So here we go. Astros leading 4-2. Angels stranding 10 runners. In the first 8 innings of the game, the Angels have either gone down in order or had at least 2 runners on in every inning. Went down in order in the 2nd, the 4th, and the 8th, and they've had 2 runners on in every other inning. At least. This ball in the center field. Back goes Dubon. They'll have a play. Mauricio puts it away for the first out. Big out there for out number 1. Mike Trout facing Montero. Showed you the numbers with Trout against Montero, 5 for 8 with 3 doubles and a home run. They've only matched up once this year, and Trout struck out against Montero back on April 8th. Takes a fastball for a strike. Trout has been on base 3 consecutive times after bouncing into a fielder's choice his first time up. He drew a walk and then 2 singles. Fouled away, 0-2. Lance McCullers Jr. won his first start of the year, going 6 innings of shutout baseball at home against the Oakland A's. Astros trying to give Lance his 2nd win tonight, and Montero looking for the save ahead of Trout 0-2. Upstairs with 98, 1-2.
Pretty good velo right there from Montero. Like that location too, just borderline up out of the zone. We've seen in the past Trout can get beat by velocity at the top of the zone.
He got him. 97 down the middle as Mike Trout strikes out for the 2nd time this year against Montero. Rafael starting to win the head-to-head matchups now.
Yeah, he just reached back and grabbed a little bit extra and got that 97-mile-an-hour fastball by Mike Trout. Sometimes the velo can play in 2-strike counts. Good pitch.
So the 2 guys who had success against Montero in the past go down in order, and now Shohei Ohtani, the batter, with 2 outs and nobody on. Fastball off the plate for ball 1. Ohtani 1 for 3 with a walk tonight. He's going to be the starting pitcher tomorrow against Luis Garcia. Be an 8:07 Central Time first pitch, so we'll be on the air for our pregame show at 7:30 tomorrow. Two 2-0 the count to Ohtani. Way upstairs, 3-0.
Yeah, having one pitch in the vicinity to get the swing from Shohei.
If Ohtani reaches, Luis Rengifo is on deck. There's a strike. With 98, now the count's full.
Fastball's proven to be elusive at that velocity. 97-98 for Rafael Montero, trying to finish this thing off.
McCullers 5 2/3. Maton got the final out of the 6th inning. Neris a shutout 7th. Abreu a 1-2-3/8, and now Montero with a 3-2 count and 2 outs.
Shohei's trying to catch up to that fastball. We know that Montero's got a very good changeup also. Just wonder if at some point he goes to that changeup.
Got him. Pulled the string on Ohtani, and that's the ball game as the Astros win it 4-2. They continue to extend their franchise record with a 6th consecutive game that ends with a 2-run either victory or loss. 4-2 the final Blummer. That's a good 3-0 start to this road trip.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to watch these guys play on the road as they start racking up wins here down the stretch in the month of September. Off to a great start. But again, nothing too showy, just going out there continually playing consistently good baseball and playing well enough to win ball games.
Astros lead stays at 11 in the West, and they now have a 6-game cushion over the Yankees for the best record in the American League. Vanessa Richardson, Mike Stanton will be your host for the Astros postgame show presented by Whataburger. Julia Morales here in Anaheim. They'll be gathering interviews. Astros postgame show with Vanessa and Mike right around the corner.